TP, yeah. Okay. What up, Feez?
What up? What it is?
I'm Serge, speaking from a notepad. Smoke a lot of weed, that's pounds in my glad bag. Do my mad math, I'm adding up cash. I do a cannonball and then I watch bread splash. If the cops come dash, cause I'm faster than the bacon bee. Please keep hating, actually you haters making me. This is real, no make-believe, it's on her face like Maybelline. She wipe it off and make it clean and then get on the paper team. Wax on, wax off, karate chop the obstacles. Put them in a daze, my lyrics are hypnotical. Heaven sent, I'm prodigal, my method's diabolical. Too tactical, so all your shots are dodgeable. Strategize, organize, advertise, promote. That's the way I hustle, yup, it's all about the soap. Always keep it humble, no, I never try to gloat. But the truth be told, I feel my brains above the most. I'm feeling like a ghost, cause I disappear into the sky. I'm like a bird, I just spread my wings and have to fly. All these people asking why, I tell the truth, don't have to lie. I fear life, I ain't scared to die, but let's switch the subject cause the convo getting too deep. Yeah, I got jumped, but I walked out on my 2 feet. So this here is the 2-peat, the 502 heat with bars that are too neat. Compete with my routine, too clean, even though I'm on my 8th black. Catch me in the club and you see me burning 8 stacks. Smoking on the haystack, the purple, green, bluegrass. Screaming out skis, because I do that. Hold the money down like a football in a dog pile. Fucking with my money's not good, cause the dogs on my temper can't be called mild. They call me Serge, I can get real vile. Hear the power in my word.
Yes, man.
It's just a little something in the back pocket.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is the audio still going?
Yeah. Everything's good, I believe.
Hell yeah, dude. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Appreciate it.
Shit. It's crazy. How long have you been at that shit? Like, it's been, how old are you now?
I think when I really started getting like interested in like words and the way they were put together, when my teacher started showing me words like in like 1st and 2nd grade, and like I started learning about poetry, and then I started like taking my own journals, like I guess you could call it like a diary, but like not like a feminine diary, like a daily journal or nothing, but just like something that I would write ideas in and like try to rhyme them together. And then it was like 9 or 10 when I wrote my first rap, I believe.
Yeah. My wife is actually really into writing, and I wish she would do it more because, like, it's a weird spark that I see in her that I don't see anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just, I don't know, man.
Right.
It's crazy. Do you ever think that you would see me trying to do comedy when we were growing up?
Honestly, when you came out and said you were doing stand-up, I mean, obviously I was super supportive. We were like best friends, but honestly, that's not something that I saw you gonna like come up to do. I mean, we was always fun times and funny shit kicking it, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I never thought you would take it that way. I mean, because as kids, dude, we grew up in a place, well, I mean, like, when I moved to the neighborhood you lived in when I was like 11 or 12, but prior to that, I lived in a little bit of worse area, but it got better over time. But like I said, things were just, we always cut up and shit was just real funny, but we never really thought of the possibility of actually one of us making it, doing something. We had big dreams and big goals.
I've heard a lot of stories about you guys back in the day.
Yeah. We had a lot of dreams and big goals, and I mean...
You had a lot of dreams and big goals, dude. I was always just like down for a ride type shit. Like,
right.
I didn't have any real aspirations or anything like that when I was younger. Like, I was hoping that I would just like maybe get good at skateboarding or survive. I mean, my parents always instilled in me like, get a good factory job and stay there and don't move. Do your 20 years, dial it on the inside. Take your retirement and fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the dream.
Right.
My parents always like told me they were like, go to college, get an education, like get a career that way. And like my family always tried to push me to like work in the medical side.
Hey, it's not a bad gig.
It's not, but it's not like me, you know.
It's not a dream.
So,
yeah, for those that don't know, Jolie is my fiance. Me and her, a couple, we came by. Feez had us over today, so figured we'd do a pod while we're here. Why not?
go way back, dude. A lot of catching up to do.
Yep.
I think soon I'm gonna have Brandon Crutcher on, possibly.
Hell yeah.
Like just some old friends from the neighborhood talk about times we maybe. Well, see, that's the weird thing about you and I. We got close older. We got close with drugs.
Yeah.
We got close with like teenager hoodlum shit. Cause
Right.
I had one best friend who I was always just, fucking following around, doing whatever he was doing in the neighborhood, Dustin Beard. Around the time my dad was dying, he hit me up. I finally made contact with him first time since high school. And like, I was like, oh my God, I found my best fucking friend. Dude, how are you? He's like, great. Well, he didn't say great. He said shit like, I'm going through it with a relationship and shit right now. Long story short,
Right.
This motherfucker, I'm sitting here trying to tell him my dad's dying. He's like, hey, you think you can add my girlfriend and stalk her on Facebook for me? I'm like,
What type of shit?
so I dropped him then, man. And
Right.
fucking just a dense dude. But
Right
then
on.
we got close after that with street race.
Fuck
street
yeah.
racing. I just realized
Oh,
street
dude.
racing.
Oh, dude.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God, I don't know what happened to it, but I had a video of that night,
Close
like
to
when
the
we
mic.
came.
Oh, I'm
To the
saying
mic.
young though. When we were young, like fucking 7. He
Like
was
in my
17.
face.
That's the only way you can really hear it.
But
When you're
we
like
were, young kids, fucking. I barely had a license out there, and I was just risking it every night.
Yeah, I remember your sister. You had this. It was a stock black Cobalt, but your sister had this red Cavalier that was dropped, had some rims on it, had some exhaust work done to it, had a little bit of minor work done to it under the hood. I'm not sure really too much, but it was a little bit faster than the Cobalt, or it felt like it anyway. And we would go down to 13th Street. We'd go a bunch of different places, running from the cops, fucking doing 120, 130, 140, 150, 60 miles an hour, just wilding out, 17, 18 years old.
Come on, get up here, lay
We
down.
weren't going to 150 in
Or actually, I was like 15.
STI.
I was like
Yeah,
15,
you were
16.
younger, dude. Brian's STI, that's where we would do 150, 160.
Yeah, because I ended up having that wreck when I was 17, really fucked myself up. And then,
You split an Explorer in half.
yeah. I hit a telephone pole doing 80 miles an hour with no seatbelt, no airbag. Ripped my
Wild
face up.
shit.
Yeah, but after that, I kind of started getting scared in the passenger seat. You know what I mean? Fees be ripping these curves, drifting, going nuts on Blevins Gap. 3 o'clock in the morning. We been smoked 7 blunts, 1 burnt right now. But dude, those were the days. That shit was so fun. And even still recently, up to 2, 3, 4 years ago, we still went to a couple meets, did a couple things, still go out about at night and drive crazy.
Yeah, I don't go
Just
to
for the
them
nostalgia.
as much anymore, just because it's a different vibe. And I feel weird being like the 32-year-old dude at the meet where you see a bunch of like 16 to 19-year-olds and
Yeah.
Right.
being by
It
myself.
probably has changed a lot over the years.
Yeah, well, shit. I just
I mean,
don't
everything
associate.
has.
I don't associate with everybody out there. Like, I come across like if it's really,
I feel like
a
you would want to
popular
do
night, I might come across
like
3 people I
street
know.
racing and like stuff like that with people that are older and have more experience.
Yeah, I
I
definitely-
would probably feel
Safer.
really uncomfortable with like
Well,
16 to 19.
I definitely hung out with the older crowd when I was younger. I mean, you're like a couple years older than me, I believe, 2 or
Yeah.
3. And then there was Cole. He was older. He's who I like first smoked weed with. And then a bunch of people out there in that neighborhood that,
It was weird. I was 19, and I don't know how that made you. You're like 16, probably.
Yeah.
And,
I moved to that neighborhood when I was like 12, I believe, 12 or 13.
and you are the first person that smoked weed with me.
Right. Really?
Where
I didn't know that.
I went and bought some. On
Like
my
you really
own.
got high.
Yeah, I bought some on my own at 15, but it looked like I think it was just black and mild.
Right. First time I bought weed, dude sold me 4 joints for $35, and they were just pinner joints. I didn't know any better until a couple years later. I was so pissed because it was like a dude I knew, like or it was actually a stepbrother of my best friend, and I was like, wow, you just got us on. We were like 11 years old. You just like robbed us.
Well, you probably didn't want y'all getting too fucking high either.
Right.
11 years old and shit. Because I know
He
at
took
first.
his money though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Had money spent. And always spends.
Took money from an 11-year-old. I'm looking out for you in a
Yeah, and he
store.
and
Like,
he
I don't
was
want
like,
you to get
and
too
he
high,
was
bro,
like,
but
and he was
give me
like
your money.
25 or 30 at the time. He was just probably thinking like, these dumbass kids, like, how much money
Right.
you got? And we were like, $38,
little man. Put that shit
in my hand, bro. Yeah.